here with the head coach of the Manchester Mystics, Jeff. Jeff, coming into the back of this game off 2 wins, what were your thoughts about those games and how the team played?
They were wins. That's about the best thing you can say about them. The game in Caledonia was quite tough. It's always difficult up there. And again, we were shorthanded, so it was. We'll take them. The way things have been going, we'll take the 2 wins for sure.
And you've had some offensive struggles in the last couple of games. I think the last 3 games you're averaging just 62 points a game. What do you need to see on the offensive end today from the team?
I think we have to get back to just becoming comfortable with what we're trying to do. We've added some stuff. There's a little bit of confusion on the floor, but if we keep our spacing and our ball movement, we should be able to put the ball in the hole. We've had good looks. We just haven't made shots, so we just got to make some shots.
And obviously, you've played Nottingham 3 times already this year, not come out on top on any of those games.
No.
What do you need to change against Nottingham to try and come out with the win this afternoon?
Well, obviously, the injury to Joyner has made it's a totally different dynamic, but I think the other players have stepped up and started to play really well. So whereas, in the last couple of years, you focused on Shumpert and Joyner, where now I think the others have stepped up and are playing well. So we're going to have to be ready to go on the defensive end of the floor. We're going to have to rebound. We haven't rebounded well all year. We've got Dominique back, but she's not anywhere near ready to go at 100%. But if we can get on the glass and control the boards, maybe stop their break, we'll be in a better shape than we have been.
Well, Jeff, thanks very much for your time and good luck.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
Here with Nottingham head coach Kenrick Liebert. Kenrick, obviously we talked about Friday after the game, but now you've had a couple of days to reflect on that game tape and watch it back. What were you most pleased with on Friday's performance?
I mean, in terms of that performance, I think defensively, to force 20 turnovers, and we played with a much better tempo. We ran with good tempo but took good shots. If we finish some plays and we finish at the free throw line, all of a sudden you're talking about a different game. I felt like we put ourselves in a position to win. And we talked. I mean, we didn't really open us up until the 4th quarter, and really then we had enough opportunities to give ourselves a 1 or 2 possession game. So I was pleased with our performance, and I was pleased with the tempo we set by our defense.
Obviously, you got a lot in transition early in the game, and that seemed to slow down. With Jasmine out the lineup now, how important is the transition going to be moving forwards?
Yeah, I mean, I think transition's huge with Jazz not in the lineup, but more importantly, what we've been talking about is we've got to finish plays. We had a little bit of a buffer with Jazz before that we miss plays. Jazz cleans up and finishes them. We can't afford to miss plays with this group anymore. We've got to go and finish when the opportunities arise for us.
And obviously, this is the 4th time you played Manchester now this season, come out successful all 3 times. What do you need to continue to do against this Mystic team that are improving week on week?
Well, I think we know that our defense is the key. In that last game, we saw how much better they were offensively when they shot the ball well and when we didn't manage their ball screen offense. We have to do a good job with their ball screen offense. We have to do a good job keeping the paint under control with people like Hannah Shaw and Dom Allen. And then, we've got to make sure that we make the energy plays and the effort plays, and we've got to control the tempo by our defense.
Kenrick, well, thanks very much for your time as always, and best of luck.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
over Sphere Song, and the ball stuck between the backboard and the rim. That, ladies and gentlemen, as someone I know well from down in the south coast on Plymouth, is a wedgie. So Pablo, you can add that to your resume of wedgies for the season. And we seem to have audio back, but apologies again if we are in and out. We are still trying to work on the issues we have here from the Wildcats Arena, as Nicolette Fong-Lequi inside trying to feed the ball to Hannah Shaw, but Nottingham able to deflect it out of bounds, and Mystics will have 10 seconds left on the shot clock. It'll be Sophia Song to trigger the inbound. Nottingham 2, Manchester 4 here, 7:30 left of the first quarter, as Song's jumper a little bit long, and Nottingham away in transition. Chelsea Shumpert left open by Georgia Jones. Her jump shot again can't connect. Nottingham having some of those issues we saw on Friday against Sevenoaks, as Song forced to kick it out, finds Jones, wide open three for Georgia Jones, and Mystics have jumped out to a 5-point lead here early from the Nottingham Wildcats Arena. 3 minutes gone, as Moa Lundqvist inside, fouled by Hannah Shaw, and that'll be the first team foul of the afternoon for the Mystics, and that foul will see Hannah Shaw head to the bench and Dom Allen into the lineup for Manchester. You heard Jeff Jones in that pre-game interview alluding to Dom still working away into shape, having missed some time. Freeman misses Shumpert wide open in the corner on the baseline, out of bounds, and Nottingham forced to cycle out to the top. Simone Costa to Lundqvist, she's going to take a rare three, and Moa Lundqvist unable to connect, and it'll be Georgia Jones with the defensive board. Song to Allen, finds the cutting Sophia Song. Sophia Song misses the layup, however, and again we're going to have a jump ball on the rebound. Dom Allen and Praise Egberiva down low, and it will be the third jump ball of the game, and Mystics hoping to gain possession, but no fooling the referees and the table officials here in Nottingham, and it'll be Simone Costa to get the Wildcats set up in their half-court offence. Shumpert, Freeman, who fled the stagger screen. Tia Freeman gets a good look, but again Nottingham unable to connect, and apart from that Simone Costa layup a minute into the game off the steal, Nottingham again having the offensive issues, as Georgia Jones wide open, that three off to the left, and it'll be a offensive rebound for Nicolette Fong-Lequi, and now back in the hands of Georgia Jones. Mystics working the pick and roll. Dom Allen is going to be called for the charge. Great job by Moa Lundqvist to get there, and Dom Allen nowhere to go on the catch except up and through Lundqvist, and she'll be called for the offensive foul, and Nottingham go to the bench for the first time this afternoon. Mariam Olawayan will replace Simone Costa, and for those, I know we had a bit of audio issue earlier, so brief recap of the team news. Mia Bratka out of the lineup for the Mystics with a concussion, and Siobhan Pryor not here due to personal reasons for Nottingham, and Chelsea Shumpert able to reject the screen and go all the way to the hoop, and she will get the Nottingham's second field goal of the afternoon, as Georgia Jones on the back cut, denied by Moa Lundqvist on the help, and Moa Lundqvist really proving to be a defensive force for the Wildcats so far, as veteran Rhiann Bailey will give Vanessa Accra a break, and Mystics up from the out of bounds looking for Fong-Lequi down low, brings it back out, and Georgia Jones waiting for Dom Allen for the ball screen. Georgia skips to Rhiann, 4 on the shot clock, she'll fire the three, up and good by Rhiann Bailey, and Mystics able to connect on their second three-pointer of this first quarter, and out to a 6-point lead, as Nottingham try and work in a high-low. Ball gets inside, and Egberiva with great position able to lay it up and over the smaller Rhiannon Bailey, and Nottingham again looking like they're trying to establish the inside a little more as Jones reverses it. Song open on the left wing, doesn't get Freeman on the fake. She'll reverse to Dom Allen. 5 left on the shot clock. Schumpert denying Georgia Jones. Fong Lu Kui pull up from the foul line a little long, and Tia Freeman will pull down the rebound and push herself in transition. No one stopping the ball from the Mystics. Freeman into the paint, a lot of contact, referee happy. Rhiannon Bailey able to bring it away, but ball stripped from Dom Allen. Believe the Praise Egg got a hand on it, and now a lot of contact as Lundqvist went for the deep catch, but the Mystics able to knock the ball out of bounds, and it will be Helen Naylor into the game for the first time, replacing Sophia Song. Schumpert was free on the weak side as the ball found Lundqvist, but she was free because Mariam Olawayan set the illegal screen. That'll be Olawayan's first of the game, and Simone Costa will replace Tia Freeman for Nottingham. Second team foul of the quarter for Nottingham, who now look to be set up in a full court press. Olawayan on Fong Lu Kui, and the former GB guard able to bring the ball up comfortably. Finds Dom Allen. Helen Naylor to Rhiannon Bailey. 5 on the shot clock. Pump fake doesn't get anything on Lundqvist. Now going to drive baseline, feed the ball inside, and Mystics unable to come up with it. It'll be Chelsea Schumpert in transition. It's going to stop, think about the free, doesn't take it, and Nottingham now with Simone Costa. Schumpert asking for the ball screen, rejects it, takes the pull-up jump shot, and Chelsea Schumpert with her second field goal of the afternoon has got Nottingham back to a one possession game here in the WBBL Championship. Naylor off the flare screen, unable to find Allen inside. Mystic still trying to look to establish the post. Schumpert fronting Naylor, and not Manchester unable to read it. Poor pass, and Nottingham away in transition. 3-on-2. Schumpert to Costa, corner 2. Simone Costa just towing the line, and we are tied. And Manchester out in transition. Costa falling asleep at the back, went to Helen Naylor, and that left Nicolette Fong Lu Kui streaking down the court, able to lay it home for 2. So poor transition defense by the Wildcats, and good recognition by the Mystics to find the second player down the floor, as Schumpert's going to stop for the free. Rebound batted out by Naylor and into the hands of Jones. Naylor looking for the back cut. Olawayan in the passing lane, ball deflected out of bounds. Last touch Olawayan. So Mystics retain possession, and changes for both sides as Jeromo and Rose into lineup for Nottingham, and in for the first time for the Mystics wearing 0, Rosie Hines. Mystics reversing the ball and now able to find Dom Allen. Rare post touch for Allen, spins on Lundqvist, jumpers a little long, fight for the rebound, and Simone Costa pulls it down. Nottingham 2-on-1 in transition, and Costa finds Schumpert and she can lay it home, and the Mystics going to try and retaliate, pushing the pace. 3-on-3. Naylor left drive and is fouled, and Manchester Mystics really looking to push the pace on Nottingham scores, and foul will be on 24, Simone Costa, her second personal foul, and it'll be Helen Naylor to the line for 2. Helen Naylor unable to make the first. Obviously a rare sight seeing Helen in non-Sheffield colours, but with the Hatters taking the season out, deciding to bring her talents to the other side of the Pennines, and she's able to make the second and put the Mystics back into the lead. Looks like Manchester will be working a 2-3 zone. Simone Costa also took a break after that, made free throw. Tia Freeman back into lineup for the Wildcats. Jeromo feeds Lundqvist in the high post. Nottingham, plenty of room on that side of the floor, able to make the jumper. Unable to, and it'll be Mystics again as Helen Naylor looking for Rhiann Bailey, but she decides to the back cut, and Nottingham able to make way in transition, but Jeromo blows the layup and Nottingham recycle. She's now open for the long two, in and out. Nottingham getting looks they wanted, and heard Coach Kenrick Liebert in the pre-game saying they need to capitalise on the opportunities when they got good looks, and unable to do so on that possession. Nottingham still yet to have the lead in this first quarter, but Mystics again not quite on the same page, as this time Naylor throws it. This time unable to connect with Rhiann Bailey, and the Mystics with yet another turnover. That's their 6th turnover of the first quarter. Nottingham have 8 points off those turnovers so far. Can they make it 10 or 11 on this possession? Nottingham again trying to utilise the double screen, but this time less effective against the Mystic zone. Shumpert 10 on the shot clock, going to take the pull up in and out. Dom Allen with the rebound, and she's able to find Georgia Jones. Hines now on the left wing. Mystics again looking to reverse the ball. Hines back cut, frees up Jones. She will catch and shoot. Little off, but the long rebound to Rosie Hines. She's going to drive past Moa Lundqvist and lay it home. And Rosie Hines, whose minutes have been limited this season in the backup guard role behind Fong Naqui and Jones, able to get herself on the scoreboard, as Dom Allen able to pick up the loose pass, and Mystics with a very small shot clock, game clock differential. Will they slow it up to hold for the final shot? They won't, and doesn't matter, as Rhiann Bailey makes her second triple of this quarter, and the Mystics have a 6-point lead. 7 seconds left of the quarter. Shumpert again rejecting the ball screen. She's going to be forced baseline, tries to find the cutting Rose. Ball falls into Lundqvist's hands, and that will do for the end of the first quarter here in Nottingham. The home side off to a slow start again on the offensive end, and after one, it's the Manchester Met Mystics with the lead, 18-12. Welcome back to the Nottingham Wildcats arena, where the Met Mystics are already on the floor ready for the second quarter, with the same group that closed out the first. So Helen Naylor, Georgia Jones, Rhiann Bailey, Dom Allen and Rosie Hines. Out for the Wildcats is Rebecca Jeromo, Shania Rose, Chelsea Shumpert, Praise Egbariva and Tia Freeman. And it'll be the Mystics with possession on the arrow who will get us underway for the second quarter. Jones looking for Allen on the back cut, and a little bit too strong for Georgia Jones. And the Mystics with their 8th turnover of the first half, but back into this 2-3 zone, which caused Nottingham some issues. And it seemed like Nottingham again weren't really ready for the Mystic zone. Shot clock already down to 10, but Schumpert wide open. Extra pass to Freeman. She will get the shot up, but a little long for Tia Freeman. Dom Allen with the contested rebound. And it'll be the Met Mystics now with Bailey to Hines. And a little bit of a issue as the scoreboard just decided to buzz on its own accord, and referees will just figure out what happened, but it just looked like a little bit of a fault with the scoreboard, and it'll be Mystics ball from the sideline. Believe the shot clock will be about 10 seconds. We'll see what they lower it down to. Indeed is 10 seconds left, so still time as Hines nearly throws it away to Jones on the inbound. Georgia Jones pull up 3, and that is tracked down by Tia Freeman. Wildcats deciding to go under, and Schumpert gets into lane in transition. Floater can't go, and Dom Allen looking for a call on the rebound. Referee Steve Desmond not happy with the play, but it was last touched by Nottingham, so Mystics ball on the baseline. Hines nearly travels but does well to get it off and able to find the open Dom Allen as Mystics look to attack off the press. And now Georgia Jones will get the half-court offense set up, side pick and roll. Jones able to use the screen a second time, get into lane, pass broken up by Egberiva, and Nottingham 3-on-3 in transition. Schumpert to Freeman, wide open, and again Nottingham can't connect, but offensive rebound Egberiva, and she lays it home for 2. Nottingham had problem on Friday night converting offensive rebounds and turnovers, and hopefully that will give them a little bit of a spark, as Allen doesn't roll as expected, and Jeff Jones will burn a quick timeout early in the second quarter. Dom Allen looking for a touch, but definitely wasn't there, and Jeff Jones will need to talk it over. 2 minutes gone of this first quarter here in Nottingham. First half. And just a heads up, there will be a giveaway on the Nottingham Wildcats Instagram and Twitter page. Nottingham with some new partnerships, so there will be merchandise coming out. So head over to Instagram and Twitter and click on the link that's in the bio, fill out the survey, and you will be entered for the giveaway. Entries close after the last Wildcats home game of the season. Wildcats in action against Newcastle and Durham on the final weekend of the regular season, as both teams head out onto the floor after the timeout. Georgia Jones and Dom Allen getting a breather for the Met Mystics, and Manchester back into this 2-3 zone. Freeman fakes, finds Schumpert. Schumpert's going to be a wide open catch and shoot 3, and Chelsea Schumpert finally able to end the Wildcat scoring drought. Ball tipped away. Schumpert acrobatic save to Freeman. Rose wide open 3, knocks it down, and Nottingham with their first lead of the afternoon. And having started 0 of 6 from 3, 2 scores in the space of 6 seconds, able to settle the home side down And Nottingham having a big momentum swing in the second quarter as Hannah Shaw found inside, but fouled on the entry pass by Egbariva. And it'll be end-line ball for the Met Mystics. Nottingham 8-0 run to start this quarter. And we'll see if the Manchester side can respond. Hines to Naylor. Again, they're looking to post up Shaw, but Nottingham fronting the post, taking away the catch. Bailey will fire at the three, in and out. And Chelsea Shumpert's going to push it again in transition. Finds Rose. She tries to skip it, but straight into the hands of Rhiann Bailey. And Nottingham trying to double team Bailey, and foul will be called. And Jeff Jones still not happy with our side, starting triple substitution as Accra, Jones and Song into the lineup. Naylor, Hines and Bailey coming out. And again, Nottingham with some full court pressure. Song loses the handle. Was open for the catch, but just fumbles out of bounds, and the Mystics' turnover problems continuing to mount here early. Now into double figures, and Nottingham with a pair of subs themselves responding to those Mystics changes. Gaynor and Lundqvist checking into the game. Chloe Gaynor's first action of the afternoon, wearing 9. Lundqvist in the high post, kicks it out. Nottingham again trying to establish. Freeman open on the flare screen. Free is short by Tia Freeman, and ball will drop out of bounds. Nottingham again looking to press. Fong Lukui with an angle to the basket, tries to feed Shaw, but Chelsea Shumpert able to get her hands in the passing lane. Long pass by Rose to Freeman, and this time it's Freeman unable to hold on to the ball. Both teams really sloppy here in the second quarter. And the Manchester Met Mystics still yet to score as we approach the 4-minute mark of this second quarter. Accra to Jones. Mystics again trying to look for cuts. Accra has to kick it out. Song working on Rose, and foul will be called. Reaching by Shania Rose on the drive. So end line ball for Manchester after Mariam Olawayan will return to the game. Replacing Rose, and it will be Sophia Song to trigger the inbound. Fong Lukui up and over Olawayan, unable to get it to go, and it looks like a tie-up, but Olawayan able to rip the ball out of Sophia Song's hands and then throw it off her and save possession for Olawayan. Nottingham so far winning all the little 50-50 and hustle plays this afternoon. And they continue to have this 2-point lead that's been that way for over 2 minutes. Gaynor to Lundqvist inside, her turnaround in and out. Defensive board for Hannah Shaw. And the Mystics have a 2-on-2 in transition, but Fong Lukui doesn't bring the ball with her. And yet another turnover for Manchester. Their 14th of the game. And this is a Manchester side that only averages 14.5 a game. As Gaynor inside has to kick it out. Olawayan with the wide open three, banks it in. And Nottingham dealing with just triples in this second quarter. 3 straight scores, all from downtown for the hosts, and they have their biggest lead of the game at 5. Wildcats switching it up, but Jones wide open. Her three in and out. Rebound Tia Freeman, who nearly loses the handle, but she's able to bring it up. And Nottingham trying to throw it inside early. Lundqvist double team, finds Gaynor. She pivots out, finds Olawayan. Lundqvist open in the high post. She'll take the jumper, and that rolls in for Nottingham. And the Manchester Met Mystics having problems that really resembled a WBBL trophy semi-final second half, where Nottingham blew them out and Mystics offence just had no answers as Hannah Shaw's open from 18 feet. That jumper a little long. And Nottingham again looking to push. Shumpert finds Lundqvist wide open in the high post, just made it from there. Same result, little friendly roll from Moa Lundqvist on the home court. And we'll see if Mystics can break this scoring drought as Song's step back three go, and Kenrick Liebert asking Nottingham to push the pace. Shumpert this time ever forced into the half court, receives the ball screen, gets the switch with Hannah Shaw. Freeman to Shumpert. Jones late out on the contest. Chelsea Shumpert knocks it down, and still no timeout by Manchester. Looked like Jeff Jones was heading to the table to get there, but if he did, it was too late. And Nottingham with a 21-0 run in this second quarter, lead by 12. And we'll see if the Manchester can finally get a score as Song into the lane drives, has to kick it out after the spin. Jones wide open as Shumpert gets caught up on the screen, and Jones unable to make the wide open jump shot, but Mariam Olawain dribbles the ball out of bounds, and a break for the Met Mystics. And Manchester really seem to have lost their way. A lot of players just looking at each other. And timeout will in fact come from Kenrick Liebert. We'll take a break here from Nottingham with the score Nottingham 30, Manchester Met Mystics 18. Welcome back to Nottingham, where the hosts have an 18-0 second quarter in action, and what was a 6-point Mystics lead 18-12 at the end of the first quarter for the visitors is now a 12-point deficit, and we'll see if Manchester can finally get a score as Georgia Jones yet again pulls up behind the screen and leaves it short. Georgia Jones struggling from the floor this afternoon. She's now 1 of 8. And Nottingham have a chance to extend this run as Olawayan tries to feed the ball inside, but turned over into the hands of Nicolette Fong Lu Kui. And she will be forced to pick up a dribble, and the Mystics will get set up in the half court. Georgia Jones finds Sophia Song. She gets a good look at a three, and Mystics able to knock it down. Sophia Song's second bucket of the afternoon, and after 7 minutes without scoring, Manchester finally able to get the scoreboard moving. And now they'll look to put together a run, no doubt, to end the half as Lundqvist open in the high post. Fake, and the whole lane opens up for Moa Lundqvist, and she is able to basically walk to the hoop and lay it home for 2. Fong Lu Kui are waiting for the pick, and she kicks it out. Georgia Jones jumper again, a little off the mark, and Nottingham out 3-on-2 in transition. Shumpert wraparound pass, ball falls into the hands of Moa Lundqvist, and she is fouled. Maybe not the most ideal transition for Nottingham, but they are able to get to the line for the first time this afternoon. foul is on 9, Hannah Shaw. That is her second, and she will take a break to be replaced by Dom Allen. And Rhiann Bailey also checking in place of Vanessa Accra. And it will be Moa Lundqvist to the line for 2. Lundqvist, a 71.5% free throw shooter on the season. And she is able to get the first to go. Moa Lundqvist up to 7 points personal. And she will stay there as the second rims out. Georgia Jones finding Sophia Song. Bailey reverses back out to Allen. Georgia Jones 4 on the shot clock. 2 Song. She puts it up after the shot clock buzzer, so 24-second violation. Ball still in the hands of Sophia Song. And yet another turnover for the Met Mystics, and Chloe Gaynor will check in for the second time this afternoon in place of Praise Egberiva. As we're into the final 90 seconds of the first half here in Nottingham, a second quarter dominated by the hosts. Schumpert rejects the ball screen. A layup is a little short, and Mystics looking to push in transition. Song on the skip pass, run off the 3-point line, and Nottingham able to get back and force the Mystics to slow it up. Dom Allen going to throw it long to Rhiann Bailey over the top. Bailey a little too long on the little hook shot, but Nottingham tip it out of bounds, and Manchester will have 8 seconds to work with on the baseline ball. 57.2 left on the game clock, so probably 2 offenses each left for the sides. Jones in the corner is going to get the ball screen from Allen. Schumpert fights over the top, gets the hands on it, and comes away with the steal. Gaynor, baseball pass to Rose, and she will lay it home for 2. Nottingham able to convert yet again on a Manchester turnover. Nottingham have 21 points from 16 Manchester turnovers in this first half. Both sides now into the final 30 seconds. Fong Lu Kui in the lane, forced to kick it out. Bailey able to keep possession alive. Song, Fong Lu Kui ignores Jones in the corner and takes the free. Gaynor with the rebound, able to rip it away from Dom Allen. And Nottingham can hold for a final shot if they want it, and Chelsea Schumpert indeed gets the ball in her hands. 8 seconds left, calling for the screen from Lundqvist. Schumpert rejects it. Good defense by Fong Lu Kui to stay in front. Schumpert turn around, unable to get it to go, and Dom Allen will pull down the rebound. And that will do it for the first half here in Nottingham. And really the story of this game is the second quarter, with the Wildcats winning it 23 points to 3 after the Mystics jumped out to an early lead. And no doubt Mystics issues will be talked about at both ends of the floor, getting caught out in transition, but 3 points will not get the job done. And Jeff Jones heading to the locker room, no doubt, to talk about those 16 turnovers that have left to 21 first half points for Nottingham. Leading scores at half time, Chelsea Schumpert with those 12 points, 5 steals, 4 assists, so we will perhaps have triple-double watch for Chelsea Schumpert in the second half. And Moa Lundqvist 7 points as well for the Wildcats. Leading score for the Mystics at half time, Rhiann Bailey with 6 points personal on 2 of 3 from downtown. Mystics are 4 of 12 as a team from 3, and only 3 of 14 from 2. And that will do it here for half time from Nottingham. And just a reminder, if you head to the Nottingham Wildcats social media channels on Instagram and Twitter, there is a link in the bio to enter a competition. Just need to fill out the survey and you're automatically entered in. and that entry will close after the Newcastle Eagles game here on the 21st of April. We will take a 8 or 10 minute break here and rejoin us shortly for second half action. welcome to the Nottingham Wildcats arena, where we've got just over a minute and a half till we get the second half underway in what is a huge game in the race for the top four heading into the playoffs. And Nottingham lead at half-time 35-21. And really the story of that first half all came in the second quarter, after the Manchester Met Mystics had jumped out to a 6-point lead after 10 minutes. And then in the second quarter, scoring just a 1 3-point field goal from Sophia Song. And Nottingham put in a run initially of 18 unanswered points before that Song 3. And it's led to Wildcats having a 14-point lead at the break, with Chelsea Shumpert leading all scores with 12 points to go, with 5 steals and 4 assists. And no doubt Jeff Jones spent a lot of time in the first half at half-time talking about the offence in that second quarter. And the 16 Manchester Met Mystics turnovers really having an impact as well, as it allowed Nottingham to get out and run in transition. And Nottingham have 11 fast break points and 21 points total off those Mystics turnovers. And speaking briefly with coach Kenrick Liebert of Nottingham at half-time, he was happy with the adjustments he made after he thought his side were way off rhythm in the opening 5 minutes of the game, and really a couple of individual plays allowed them to stay in the game and make sure the Mystics lead was no more than 6. Out for the second half for the Wildcats, it's Costa, Lundqvist, Egberiva, Freeman and Shumpert. For the Mystics, Song, Allen, Shaw, Jones and Fong Luqui. So starting fives for both teams out on the floor, and we'll see if Nottingham can continue what they had in the second quarter, or will the Mystics respond. Nottingham trying to establish the down low early as Egberiva gets all the way past Hannah Shaw, and the German junior international able to lay it home, but Mystics responding in transition. Jones finds Fong Luqui, and that's something we did see in the first half. Manchester managing to run on Nottingham after Nottingham scores, and that will hopefully be a sign of things to come for the Mystics, as Freeman able to get round the hedge of Shaw. Again, Nottingham trying to look for the high-low, but Dom Allen able to go in the passing lane and force Nottingham's 9th turnover of the afternoon. Shaw open on the roll, met by Costa, and Hannah Shaw unable to get the layup to go. And Nottingham's turn to push in transition. Lundqvist to Freeman, wide open, and Tia Freeman, for her, will be delighted to see one drop through. Tia Freeman was 0 of 4 from downtown on 4 great looks in the first half, but the 5th time of asking, able to get it to go. And Nottingham have a 17-point lead as Song kicks it out to Allen. Jones, 7 now on the shot clock. Shumpert trying to fight over Fong Luqui. Extra pass to Song. She gets a great look, and Sophia Song able to respond with a 3 of her own. And the Mystics starting to maybe find some offensive rhythm. They've not really had, even in the first quarter, it was hit and miss, but certainly did not have early on. Shumpert now backs it out, finds Egberiva high post, her jump shot off to the right, and the rebound tipped out of bounds by Simone Costa. Fong Luqui cutting back door gives Jones room to operate on this left-hand side. Now Mystics operate in the post. Shaw on Lundqvist. Foul is called, and referee's going to say basket good on the pickup. Foul on Lundqvist, catching Shaw on the arm. And it's in the pickup, but not in the act of shooting, but because Shaw got it up, able to get it to go. And she will head to line and is able to convert the 3-point play. Hannah Shaw coming in, averaging 8.5 points, 5.5 rebounds a game for the Mystics, as Lundqvist takes the pull-up jump shot, little long, and the Mystics get another stop. A little bit of room perhaps in transition, but Nottingham able to slow it up, and Song has to kick it to Jones under pressure. Shaw now with the catch, tries to find Fong Lui-Kui. Shumpert in the passing lane, able to beat Nicolette to the ball, and Chelsea Shumpert lays it home 4-2. And she is up to a game high 14 points on 50% shooting. Jones stop and pop as Nottingham again go under the screen, and Georgia Jones really struggling from downtown, now 1 of 7, but Nottingham throw it away in transition. Egberiva trying to find Costa, and the Mystics will have a chance to respond. Jones again looking for pick and roll, this time rejects it, gets into lane, drive and kick. Fong Lui-Kui decides against the shot. Jones open right corner after the flare screen by Hannah Shaw, and Georgia Jones finally able to get her second triple of the afternoon to drop, and managed to have this back to 10 as another Nottingham turnover. Shumpert leaves the pass to Lundqvist a little short, and Fong Lui-Kui forced to put it up in transition, looking for a foul, not coming. But the Manchester Met Mystics have this back into single figures, and suddenly a bit of life on the bench and some energy, as Nottingham are looking for the high-low, couldn't establish it, so reversing the ball. Koska's going to attack Song, and Sophia Song knocks it out of bounds. She says she didn't touch the ball, but I think it's probably a situation where if she didn't get the ball, she got the arm, so probably would rather have the out of bounds call than the personal foul, as both sides make their first change of the second half. Rhianne Bailey in for the Mystics, and Shania Rose in for the Wildcats. Lundqvist to Freeman on the handoff. Freeman in the middle of the floor, kicks it out. Rose does not see the shot clock, and yet another Nottingham turnover to start the second half. This time a shot clock violation, and suddenly the momentum swings back towards the Manchester Met Mystics, as Fong Lui-Kui driving on Costa, gets on the baseline, stays in bounds, keeps the dribble, wraparound pass to Bailey, and Rhianne Bailey able to make the jumper, and in making the pass, Nicolette Fong Lui-Kui a little bit off balance, looked like she bumped her head on the floor, but she says she's okay to continue, and it'll be Nottingham having given up this Mystics run, looking to establish themselves in the game once again. Freeman looking for Shumpert, 8 left on the shot clock. Shumpert to the floater, gets it to go, but it was all about the handles for Chelsea Shumpert as Hannah Shaw went to hard head the ball screen. Shumpert just split the middle and got herself into lane and able to convert. Shaw reversing the ball. Mystics are looking like they're going to set up a little post up for Song, but she flares out to the 3-point line. 4 on the shot clock, closely guarded by Freeman. Step back 3, and Sophia Song able to beat the buzzer, and she is starting to heat up. Second triple of the quarter, and she is the first Manchester player into double figures this afternoon, now to 11 points personal, as Shumpert sets herself up for the 3 off to the left, but uncontested long rebound for Nottingham, and Moira Lundqvist the one to come down with it. But Shumpert on Shaw, step back, and Shumpert unable to connect from 3, but able to take advantage of the mismatch, and not Manchester again looking to push in transition, but Jones passed just a little too short, and Nottingham able to bat the ball out of bounds as both teams make a sub. Dom Allen replacing Shaw, and for Wildcats, Tia Freeman with a break, and Mariam Olawayan into the game. Song off the double screen, but Shumpert able to trail perfectly and make sure there's no room for a shot. Song now pops, going to set her feet and fire again, this time short by Sophia Song, and the ball will head out of bounds. And maybe a little heat check there for Sophia Song, having knocked down the 2 triples in this quarter. Song out of UC Davis in the Big West, as Olawayan open, decides against the 3. She drives, kicks out to Rose. She's going to get downhill, and Shania Rose called for the offensive foul. Rhiann Bailey moving her feet, getting in front, and that'll be the second personal foul on Shania Rose. Second team foul of this quarter. Mystics still with only 3 fouls in the entire game, as referees laying it be physical at both ends. Shumpert tried to drive the passing lane, but Sophia Song able to open, and she finds Georgia Jones in the corner, and Georgia Jones going to make no mistake on the wide open 3, and timeout called. Kenrick Liebert, as the Manchester Mystics have this down to a 4-point game, and a wise timeout for Nottingham to try and reset themselves. Welcome back to the Nottingham Wildcats arena, where the Manchester Mystics are making a third quarter run to dig themselves out of a hole that was once 17 points, and it's back to win 4 after a series of triples in this third quarter. We'll see if Nottingham can respond from the timeout. Egbariva down low, ball knocked away, but she comes up with it, and Chelsea Shumpert will get the ball back in her hands. 7 on the shot clock. Bailey hard-hedging the screen. Shumpert able to keep her dribble alive, finds Lundqvist, but Lundqvist out of bounds, and Manchester Mystics able to get yet another stop. Mystics trying to find some options. Nottingham making life tough at the moment. Song drives, kicks to Jones. 4 on the shot clock. Jones rejects the screen. It's going to go to the runner. Leaves it a little short. George Jones maybe didn't realise she had as much time as she did, and Nottingham out in transition. Rose to Shumpert. She finds Olawayan. She drives, ball off the foot of Fong Lu Kui. Referee's happy. Wasn't intentional, but Nottingham able to keep possession. 10 on the shot clock, and Nottingham will reset with Shumpert. Shumpert again forced into a deep 3 on the buzzer, back rim, and Nicolette Fong Lu Kui with the defensive board. And the Manchester Mystics changing the ball screen coverage, really slowing the Nottingham offense up, as Allen reversed the ball to Bailey. Now Rhiann Bailey working in the post on Lundqvist, finds a cutting Sophia Song. Her layup rims out. Fight for the rebound, pulled down by Song. Finds Jones, able to catch, set herself for 3, but George Jones this time can't connect. And Moa Lundqvist will pull down the rebound, and she throws it off Dom Allen, and Nottingham retain possession, and subs for the Wildcats as Simone Costa into the lineup. And we have a little shoelace tying competition going on. Dom Allen helping Rhiann Bailey out with her shoe as Tia Freeman just off camera does hers as well. It'll be Simone Costa to Tia Freeman to get the Wildcats set up in the half court. Nottingham just with the 11 points in this third quarter as Costa drives, met by Allen, offensive rebound, Egberiva blocked by Allen, but the third time of asking, Simone Costa able to get the ball. And now Sophia Song, transition three, up and good. And Sophia Song knocks down her fourth triple of the afternoon, 4 of 6 from downtown. And the Mystics back to one possession as Shumpert tries to throw it into Egberiva. And Dom Allen able to break it up. Mystics wanting a foul, but the Raider referees have called it. 11 fouls in the game, 8 on the Wildcats, only 3 on the Mystics. Not surprised they're not getting calls. Referees have allowed both teams to play. And the Mystics suddenly have a chance to tie this up heading into the fourth quarter as we're into the final minute. Jones working on Shumpert. Step through, and Chelsea Shumpert trying to close the space, called for the foul. And it'll be Georgia Jones to the line for 2. Georgia Jones, 83.5% from the line on the season. Shooting just over 2 free throws a game. And she is able to make the first and will join Sophia Song in double digits. And Jones makes the second. Mystics now 6 of 7 from the line on the day. Wildcats only the 1 trip so far. Nottingham into a Horns. Look like they're a little bit confused. Costa's going to drive on Song, and she will be rewarded with free throws. And it'll be Costa to the line, a 62% free throw shooter. Mystics unhappy with the foul. And Simone Costa able to make the first. Shot clock will be turned off with 23.7 left on the game clock. And we'll see if Mystics do hold for the final possession. Nottingham again looking to set up the press. Song and Jones both trying to be open, and Rhiann Bailey out of bounds. Good defense by Wildcats, taking away all the options. Nicolette Fonglukui picked up her dribble, and Chelsea Shumpert will have 9 seconds to work. Asking for the ball screen, rejects it to her left. Broken up by Fonglukui. Jones going to have time for a half-court heave, up and off the side of the backboard, and that will do it from Nottingham for the third quarter, where the Manchester Met Mystics have dominated and won the third quarter 26-15, but still trailed by 3, and will have the momentum going into the fourth quarter. Welcome back to Nottingham, where the Mystics are on the floor ready for the fourth quarter. Nottingham taking their time in the huddle. Reminder, as you saw during the quarter break, if you check out the Nottingham Instagram and Twitter feeds after this game for the link that will be in the bio, you just need to fill out a survey and you'll be entered into a prize for some goodies. And that will be drawn after the Newcastle Eagles game here in a couple of weeks' time. As Nottingham finally ready for the fourth quarter. Coach Kenrick Liebird using all available time he could to reset as Georgia Jones blows to the hoop off the screen, but Tia Freeman able to get the rejection just in time. It looked like Jones had a wide open layup and Tia Freeman losing the handle, guarded by Jones. Lundqvist to Costa, 10 on the shot clock, calling for the ball screen. Simone Costa going to drive to the middle, spin, nearly travel, tries to find a cutting Lundqvist, but that will be a 24-second violation. And the turnovers are really racking up in this second half for the Nottingham Wildcats. I believe that is their 9th of the second half, while Manchester cut down those first half turnovers, having had 16 at the break, only 2 in that third quarter. And they will have a chance again to tie the scores if they can make another 3. Mystics 9 of 21 from downtown so far this afternoon. They've only taken 21 shots from 2. As Song looking for the ball in the post, knocked away by Costa, and Egberiva able to find it. Wildcats 4 on 3. Costa gets Jones in the air, able to reset her feet. 3 short, but Lundqvist with the offensive board, and she is able to lay it home. And the Nottingham lead back up to 5. Early stages of this fourth quarter. Fong Lu Kui to the hoop, gets past Freeman and able to lay it home. Nicolette Fong Lu Kui into double digits. She is the 3rd Mystic to get there. Shumper able to get all the way to the hoop, and she is fouled, and Chelsea Shumper for the first time this afternoon will head to the line. Shumper shoots just over 3 free throws a game at 76%. Will try and capitalise and make this a good start to the fourth quarter for the Wildcats. Shumper 2 of 2. And it'll be Mystics in the half court again. Fong Lu Kui all the way to the rim for the second straight time, this time on Simone Costa. No help side defense by the Wildcats. And both teams going back and forth here early as Lundqvist steps into a foul line jumper, and Moa Lundqvist again making success from the mid-range. We saw a couple of those in the first half, and she will be the second Nottingham player into double digits as Fong Lu Kui driving, this time unable to get it to go. And Nottingham out in transition. Freeman all the way to the lane. Little seal by Egberiva. Physical down low and a jump ball. Egberiva and Allen on the tie-up. And it will be a Nottingham ball on the possession arrow as Rosie Hines checks into the game for Jeff Jones. Shumper 6 on the shot clock. It's going to have room for the 3, and Chelsea Shumper able to get it to go. Her 3rd of the afternoon. She's up to 23 points personal to go with 6 steals and 5 assists as Mystics try and work the back door, but Simone Costa getting her hand in the passing lane. And it will be a Manchester Met Mystics ball, 14 on the shot clock. And the times this afternoon where Nottingham got in the passing lanes really caused the Mystics some problems. as Jones forced to pick up the dribble. Shumpert able to recover, and Jones trying to find Allen, but a really tough passing angle for Georgia Jones and a little bit too much on it. And the Wildcats get the stop, and the lead has a chance to get back into double digits. And Jeff Jones goes to the table and asks for a timeout. So the next dead ball or Wildcat score, he will talk it over with his side, as Nottingham trying to establish the low post. Egberiva working on Allen, and Dom Allen called for the foul. And we will indeed see that timeout by Jeff Jones. As 3 minutes gone into the fourth quarter, it is a 8-point lead for the host, who lead this fourth quarter 9 points to 4. Next home game for the Nottingham Wildcats right now is scheduled to be the Newcastle Eagles in a couple of weekends' time. Nottingham will close the weekend regular season out with a home doubleheader, Newcastle and Durham the visitors. But make sure you stay in touch with Wildcats, as they still have one game to rearrange from the Oakland Wolves, as that was postponed due to COVID-19 protocols, and that game will most likely happen before the 24th of April. So make sure you subscribe to the Nottingham Wildcats YouTube, and that will notify you when the game goes live, whenever that will be. And of course, that game will be announced on the social media feeds as well. And a reminder that you can enter the competition after the game on the Wildcats Twitter and Instagram links. The link will be in the bio, as Nottingham are ready to head out onto the floor. Both teams with 2 timeouts are left to use in this final 7 minutes of action, and out the timeout will be a Wildcats ball from the baseline, which looks like Moa Lundqvist will jog out to take. So keep an eye out to see if Wildcats try and put the ball in the post here with Lundqvist on the duck-in. Slightly different set for Kenrick Leiber, but Freeman gets to the lane, kicks it to Lundqvist, and her elbow jump shot this time off, and the ball batted out of bounds by Praise Egbereva. And Mystics will obtain possession out of the timeout as Hannah Shaw checking in for Dom Allen. And it'll Song as Mystics trying to run something in the post, but Wildcats able to blow up the screen action. And now Georgia Jones trying to work on Shumpert. Pull up, goes to the little scoop, that rolls in and out, and defensive rebound Chelsea Shumpert, and Wildcats will have a 4-on-3 in transition. Shumpert to Costa, wide open 3, and Simone Costa buries it, and Wildcats have a double-digit lead. Once again, Simone Costa doesn't shoot many from downtown. Only 14 attempts prior to this on the season, but the Mystics able to respond as Egberiva is called for the technical foul as she tried to distract Hannah Shaw on the layup. Layup was missed, so it will be a Wildcats ball, but technical foul, and Georgia Jones will head to the line. Jones makes the technical free throw, and a sub for the Mystics as Hines checks out, and after a couple of minutes break, just to reset her legs for the final run. Nicolette Flong-Dupuy back into the game. Shumpert on the reversal is going to attack Flong-Dupuy. Good defense by Nicolette to keep in front. Jones runs Freeman off the line. Freeman's pull-up jumper in and out, and defensive rebound for Sophia Song. Her first defensive board of the game, second total. And Mystics now trying to establish the post. Shaw goes to left hand, the ball rolls around the back of the rim. Tia Freeman pulls down the rebound, and Wildcats able to run in transition 3-on-2. Shumpert to Costa, and Simone Costa towed the line. so only worth 2, but again Nottingham able to find success in transition. And this lead is 12 as Rhiannon Bailey on the trail, able to make the 3. And Rhiannon Bailey's 3 of 4 from downtown, has 11 points, and Manchester trying to stay alive as Egbariva slips out of the horns to the rim, and Hannah Shaw a little bit late on the rotation will foul the youngster and will send Praise to the line for 2. Rhiannon Bailey was shooting 23% from the season from downtown heading into this game, but 3 of 4 today has really been crucial for the Mystics as they try and stay alive in this game. And Nottingham shooting from the line a little bit better than they were today, but you heard from Praise Egbariva after the game on Friday. She wanted to improve on her free throws and she was unable to make both, but Sophia Stong stepped in early and Praise will get a 3rd opportunity from the line to make a free throw, and if she makes it, Chloe Gaynor is at the scores table and she will get the shooter. As Praise unable to make it, defensive rebound Mystics, and they have a chance to cut this lead once again. Shaw down low working on Egbariva, this time Shaw over her left shoulder to her right, and Hannah Shaw starting to get some good positions down low, and Manchester trying to find some time as Shumpert rejects the ball screen and blows all the way to the rim. And Chelsea Shumpert is having herself a huge afternoon, 25 points personal, 7 assists. And she's one of the Wildcats having to step up in the absence of Siobhan Pryor and Jasmine Joyner, as Georgia Jones lines up the 3, leaves it short. And Chloe Gaynor will finally get the sub. And Coach Jeff Jones also to the bench. It looks like Helen Naylor will check in. And Sophia Song will get a breather for the Mystics, who trail by 9. 4 minutes to go. Reminder, this is the second of a triple header in the WBBL this afternoon. Head over to Durham's YouTube channel where they will have the 6 o'clock tip. Durham take on Leicester in a rematch of Sunday's game. But we're worried about the final 4 minutes here as Simone Costa is heating up. The step back jump shot is good. And the lead back into double digits. Simone Costa up to 15 points personal. Naylor curling, loose the handle, but the ball stays with the Mystics. 6 on the shot clock. Fong Lukui asked for Shaw. She's going to stop and pop from 3. And Nicolette's 3 off to the left a little bit. And Nottingham will be able to take the air out of the basketball ever so slightly. Gaynor looking to set the screen in transition. Lundqvist is fouled. Absolutely not sure who the foul was on. Believe Fong Lukui. And Jeff Jones, with this game starting to slip away, will call his second timeout. And we'll take a break here from Nottingham with 3:16 to go. welcome back to Nottingham. We're once again waiting for the Nottingham Wildcats to come out of the timeout. And it will be Moa Lundqvist to the line for 2. Foul was on Nicolette Fonglukui, her second of the afternoon. And down the stretch, Nottingham really not capitalising on the opportunities from the line. That's 3 straight misses for the Wildcats. And we'll see if Moa Lundqvist can break that streak. They can't, but Chloe Gaynor able to pull down the offensive rebound. That'll be a huge disappointment for Jeff Jones. And Tia Freeman now to the hoop. Layup a little too strong. And Helen Naylor with the defensive board. As Rhiannon Bailey fires up a 3. Offensive rebound this time by Hannah Shaw, but she tries to kick it out and turns it over. And Nottingham away in transition. Chelsea Schumpert doesn't need an invitation for a wide open layup. And this lead is up to 13. Almost desperation time now for the Mystics as we've got 2.5 minutes left. Fonglukui driving on Costa, able to get the layup to go. Tough move, Nicolette Fonglukui. And she is up to 14 points, joint leading score for the Mystics. As Coach Jeff Jones asks for a sub. Wonder if he'll get Sophia Song back into the game. Song 4 of 6 from downtown this afternoon. Gaynor looking to work on Shaw. Lane cut off, has to go to the fall away. Good defense by Hannah Shaw. And the Mystics with 2 minutes to go get the stop they need. Georgia Jones trying to push ahead in transition, and Chloe Gaynor able to get back and bat it out of bounds. And indeed it will be Sophia Song in for the Mystics along with Dom Allen, Rhiannon Bailey and Hannah Shaw getting a breather, and Praise Egberiva back into the game for Kenrick Liebert and the Nottingham Wildcats. And the Nottingham bench trying to get the matchups right as the ball has literally left the gym. Referee Roger Harrison's gone to get it, and because it's left the gym we'll have to get a new ball, so all that effort was not really worth it. But Roger, as always, smile on his face, and we are ready to get back underway. 1:51 to go. Can the Mystics make a late push? Georgia Jones to Dom Allen, rolling, finds Fonglukui, run off the 3-point line, and she kicks it inside to Allen. Mystics looking for the ball on the perimeter, but Allen with the fadeaway, and this gap is still at 9 points. And 90 seconds now to go. Mystics still good with just getting stops, but if they're going to let the shot clock run down, they must get the stops. Schumpert tries to give it to Lundqvist, batted away by Allen. Problem was it went straight into the hands of Chelsea Schumpert, and she lays it home for 2. Unlucky break for the Mystics as Song able to be wide open, but the 3 off to the left, and Chelsea Schumpert able to slow the ball down. And we're into the final minute, and you think this is really slipping away now from Manchester, who've had a great effort in the second half and will really be ruining the third quarter, but Schumpert throws it away. Transition for the Mystics, 2-on-1. Jones, Eurostep, misses the layup. Moa Lundqvist, defensive board, and Nottingham have a 2-on-1. But Simone Costa, seeing the game clock, will slow it down and take the air out of the ball. Nottingham looks set to take the season series with the Mystics. 4-0. Simone Costa, sloppy, again throws it away, but probably too little, too late. Jones to Song. Now to Allen, 16 seconds left. Jones, deep 3 up, off to the right. Simone Costa, defensive rebound. And it looks like once the ball is over halfway, Nottingham will just dribble it out. Nottingham Wildcats will go to 7-6. Manchester Mystics to 7-6. Sorry, 7-7. And that will do it here from the Nottingham Wildcats Arena. Nottingham 72, Manchester 61. stay with us and we will bring you post-game reaction from both camps. I believe it will be Simone Costa joining us from the Nottingham Wildcats, and we'll bring you coverage in a minute or two. I think we'll start. Now joined by Manchester Mystics' Rhian Bailey after the game. Rhian, is it a case of 10 minutes ruined the whole afternoon for you?
Yeah, I think, you can see it in our performance quite a bit. We put ourselves in a situation that's hard to get out of. Every team in the league at the moment is very competitive, so you have to be playing your best basketball for 40 minutes. And if you're not, unfortunately, like we've seen today, you can lose the game.
And what really changed in the second quarter? You came off to a good start in the first quarter, and then just the 3 points in the second quarter really hurt you.
Jeff rocketed us in the change rooms. That was probably it, to be honest.
And then obviously trying to build forward now. You've still got a big run of games in April. What can you take away from the positives from this game to build into the weekend?
I think, we always fight back and we make games that we've put ourselves in the hole, we make it competitive. So we have that character in us. It's just about consistently doing it and sticking together as a team.
Well, Rhian, we'll let you go cool down, and thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
I'll catch up with you when you're done. And we will just hold on for a minute. We'll see. Manchester are going to go talk it over. Nottingham are still talking it over in the huddle. Kenrick Leiber just trying to get some instructions into the team. Will be Kenrick and Simone Costa joining us for post-game reaction. Reminder, final score here from Nottingham. Nottingham 72, Manchester Mystics 61. Nottingham are in action again at the weekend. They will head just down the M1 to take on the Leicester Riders in a top four clash, as Nottingham try and secure the number 4 seed for the playoffs. It looks like unlikely that they can advance beyond the top 3 seeds heading into the postseason, and Manchester, Essex and Nottingham will be the teams going from 4 to 6. Reminder about the competition while we wait for Nottingham to finish their post-game wrap-up. That competition link will be posted on the Nottingham Wildcats social pages after the game. There's a little problem with the link at the moment, so as soon as the link is active and live, that will be posted on the Nottingham Wildcats social media channels, so make sure you pay attention to those. And it looks like Nottingham are just breaking their post-game huddle and will join us ever so shortly. Reminder that really the damage in this game done in the second quarter. It was Nottingham Wildcats 23, Manchester Mystics. And we'll see who's... Simone, Kenrick, one of them is joining us first. It'll be Simone Costa joining us first. Simone, how do you sum up that game? Obviously, you had a great second quarter, and then it kind of got away from you in the third, but you managed to make enough plays down the stretch to pull away and have really a comfortable victory in the end.
Yeah, I think it was a great team effort, a lot of up and downs, but at the end we came together and we pulled out the win, so that was good.
And obviously, really, the game changed in that second quarter. You held Mystics to 3 points. What changed in that second quarter on the defensive end that allowed you to get the stops and get out and run in transition as well?
We just huddled, got together, and worked hard. Everybody was focused. It was really mental. We put out the effort, and we got it done. We got the job done. We've been doing it all week, so we were prepared for it.
And as for you, you started to heat up a little bit down the stretch. How nice was it to get your three going and then allows you to expand your game so much when you got the shot dropping as well?
I was a little out the first half of the game because I was in foul trouble, but then I got going. I think on the fast break, I hit a couple shots, so it was good.
And obviously now for you, trying to step up into more of a leadership role. No Siobhan Pryor today, no Jasmine Joyner for the rest of the season. Just talk about how you're helping mentor the younger players and giving your experiences to help this team grow without two really key players for you.
Yeah, obviously we lost to, we didn't lose Chevy, but she wasn't here today, but losing Jazz was a big thing for us. So me and Chelsea had to step up a little bit more, helping the kids out and everything, and they be corresponding to it. So I think we're in a good place, and we're going to be better every week. So. And
obviously a big game on Sunday. You head down to Leicester. What can you expect from that Leicester team?
Well, I know they're always going to be aggressive, and it's going to be a tough game. We're not going to give anything. We're not going to take anything for granted. So it's going to be a good fight and a good game for sure.
Well, thank you very much, Simone. Good job, and we'll let you go stretch down as your coach, Kenrick, comes in.
Thank you.
And Kenrick, where do we start with that? We'll start, I think, maybe with the second quarter where you really won the game. Just talk about how pleased you were with that defensive effort in the second quarter to hold Mystics just to that 1-3 and how that allowed the defense, allowed you to get the offense going in transition especially.
Yeah, that's what we've been talking about, right? We've been talking about applying better pressure on the ball, making sure we guard actions properly, and I thought we didn't do a good job in the first quarter coming out of guarding the way we had practiced. Even if we only had one day to do it, we just didn't do a good enough job. In the second quarter, I thought we really played our coverages to the way we expected our coverage to be played, and we're never complacent. And I think that the hunger kind of just drove us into getting a bit of a run, and obviously we turned them over a little bit, and that led to points. And like contrast to the Suns game, we turned steals and turnovers into assists that turned into points.
And obviously, how pleased are you with the resilience of this team? Obviously, you had the strong second quarter, but Mystics came right back at you in the third, had a chance a couple of times to even tie the game or even take the lead, and then how you executed down the stretch in the fourth quarter and really made it comfortable for yourselves in the final couple of minutes.
Yeah, that's one of the things we just said over there. A couple of the leaders said that, and we said the same thing as a staff. It was really impressive to see how a new group in a new situation for some of these players did a really good job of kind of knuckling down and getting the rebounds, finishing around the hoop, things that we were unable to do in the Suns game in the fourth quarter. So again, if we're growing and getting better, that's a positive.
And now obviously a tricky task on Sunday. You've got Leicester Riders. You can't really use those games early in the season because of the Riders roster changes, but what do you expect in general from that Leicester team and obviously a big East Midlands derby?
We expect a competitive team that plays with real intensity, that plays really hard. We expect them to try and, force us into situations we don't want to be in. And, we've just got to continue doing what we do. We've got to be good and hard-nosed on the defensive end. We think that our pressure can cause them problems. That's not a change that they've made to the guard spot. And then we've got to make sure that we continue to limit them to one shot and continue to share the ball as we have been doing.
Well, Kenrick, congratulations on the win. We will wrap up coverage here from the Nottingham Wildcats Arena. Final score, Nottingham Wildcats 72, Manchester Mystics 61.
Thank you.